So, Sheetal here, being a woman in construction, what are specific challenges did you face as an entrepreneur? One, woman entrepreneur. Two, the sector you took up as a construction where it is a male dominated. So, what are the various challenges that you face through?
Thank you, Sonal and Resurgent team for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure to be here on this platform along with all the eminent speakers. I had a very humble beginning. I started as an electrical engineer. So I completed my electrical engineering and immediately started working as a trainee engineer. And But I always had an inspiration from my mom. She was doing her ready-made garment business, so I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I got one opportunity when I was on a maternity leave. I was handling my
Okay.
3-month-old baby. That time I got an opportunity from my husband's office itself. So it was a blood bank, and they wanted consultant for that. And But that time I was scared because I was first time mother, and how do I take up that? But then my husband supported that time. He said, "You always wanted to do this." So I did my first job along with my friends and colleagues from my earlier offices, and somehow completed that job. And then there was no looking back. Today, if you ask me, we have designed more than 650 projects, more than 100 million
Wow.
square feet, and we are working all across India. Currently, we are doing around 30 million square feet, working with major developers like Lodha developers, Mahindra Life Spaces, and we are doing IT parks, we are doing hotels, whatnot, and we are doing amazing work. And Coming back to your question about the challenges, definitely construction is a male-dominated field altogether, and I started 3 decades back. So I always say,
Absolutely. That time it was a totally different. Abhi though still you have a lot of women who have come up in construction, but 30 years back when you're talking about, there were hardly any. And
true.
founder as a woman founder as a company which is into construction, I'm sure that's quite a lot of challenge.
Yeah, and when I started, it was very difficult for me because nobody was taking me seriously. I was going to the clients, and I was so young. I was around 26, 27 that time, and they were looking at me. Okay, she has started a consultancy because that time consultant in construction industry means gray hair, male
Huh,
with check shirts. That stereotype
true.
was there, and I was
Somebody with
totally different.
experience. Yeah.
Yes. And so I, started literally wearing saris and those glasses and just for, people to take me seriously. And, this is how I started. Then actually, once your first client is very important because that person trusts you. And then it is like with one good job, you keep on getting more and more jobs. This is what happened with me. So I always, have a lot of gratitude for my first client who
First,
trusted me.
first client, for my first client who took me
Yes.
seriously.
Me literally, I used to keep my daughter at home when my husband used to have weekly off on Sundays, and I used to go to sites, and that client used to accommodate that, site visits on Sundays. So this is how I started, and people have supported me, and I think, I like many people, not only first client during my journey, many people supported me.